So, as the story goes, on July 25th, 1999, my life was changed forever. And again, on October 16th, 2021, my life was again changed forever. Many people may have heard of Emily Jean. There's a story about her, and they call it Life and Death and Camper Life or something like that. Emily Jean Ferlazzo, you can look her up. We had the sentencing finally for the murderer who took her life on October 16th, 2021, finally, and it received 42 and a half years in prison, which is absolutely fantastic. I am Adrian Bass's best friend, and by default ended up becoming Emily's aunt. She referred to me as mom number two from actually quite a young age. I was just always kind of there for her. She was a friend to me. She was my niece. She was my daughter. An interesting combination of everything. I helped teach her how to drive. I took her prom dress shopping. I heard stories of her life and things that were going on and stood by her side. And then on October 16th, 2021, she and her husband, Joseph Ferlazzo, went to go celebrate their 1-year wedding anniversary. And they were in their camper van up in Bolton, Vermont, and had a fight. And after this fight, she decided to go lay down and cool down for a little bit, and he decided at this point in time that he was going to take it upon himself to shoot her twice in the head. But that wasn't enough. After he shot her twice in the head, he stabbed her 18 times. That still wasn't enough. After he had stabbed her 18 times, he cut her up, dismembered her head, took off her arms, took off her legs, and put her in trash bags and placed her in the bathroom. He drove to a friend's house, and he went to a party. He went to breakfast with his sister. When people asked where Emily was, he said she wasn't feeling well, or she had disappeared. She had taken off. He claimed that she had run away after their fights. He drove back to New Hampshire that following Monday to Adrian and David Bass's and made up the story that they had gotten into a fight and that she had gotten out of the van and that she had run away. And none of us had heard anything from her since that Friday before. Well, of course, we were unfortunately to learn less than 2 days after that was not the case, that she was in fact dead, and he was 120% guilty of everything for it. I never got the chance to talk to the media like other people did, to put my side of things, my feelings out there with how this has directly impacted me as well. And unfortunately, only a few people were able to give impact statements at the sentencing yesterday, which is fine. People should have the proper platform, and the proper people should have the platform in order to say what has been affected. So I'm kind of using this platform to put it out to the world and let them know how I feel and what Emily was to me. The last 3.5 years, I've basically just I've been seen as Adrian's best friend. I was her support system through this. Nobody knew what Emily really was to me. Nobody knew that on the day she was born, I unknowingly got a daughter, and on the day that she was killed, I lost a daughter. I lost my child. My kid was killed, and people don't realize that what she was to me. She was my child. I was there for her. I helped raise her. Adrian and I, at 18 years old, 19 years old, trying to figure out how to be parents, and it was an interesting story, I guess. But I just wanted people to know that this also, having lost my child in this way, how it's also impacted the family and myself. In the last 3.5 years, which it took 3.5 years to finally get a sentence for this guy, has just been a tumultuous time of going to court and hearings and trials and hearings and more hearings, and then finally the sentencing that we received yesterday, which again, he did get 42.5 years, which not long enough, but considering the fact that he's like 45 years old, 40-year-old man was in love with my 20-year-old daughter because she was 22 when she died. So hopefully that will be long enough that he never sees the light of day again. But his cousin Tristan, her cousin Tristan, misses him terribly. He wants to be able to see his cousin Emily again, and that's never going to happen. She is never going to be able to have children and have little grandbabies running around, and the rest of the world is never going to be able to hear her sing again, except for in the videos that have been saved, which luckily there are many. But nobody is, unless somebody has known her, nobody else is ever going to have the joy of knowing her light and her voice and her sound and who she was. She was a daughter, she was a cousin, she was so much, and she just brought so much into this world. She was born bright and shiny, and I like to think up until her last moment she was bright and shiny, as she had always been in her entire life. And unfortunately our family has been robbed of future holidays and smiles and laughs and what could have been, and very much grieving not just for the loss of Emily, but for what could have been for our family, what should have been for our family. I watched yesterday during the trial as her mother had her impact statement read and actually made the judge cry. But I watched as her brother broke down in tears, and that put a whole new rage in me that I didn't even know was possible. And I just wanted to jump over that bench at that thing so badly, and I just wanted to hurt it, because I'm sitting here in real time watching my family hurt and be in pain, and that's what this thing did to us. So on that end, Joseph Ferlazzo, rot in hell and be scared every day for the rest of your life. And unfortunately, this is a story also of domestic violence. For anybody who is suffering from domestic violence, get out as best as you can. Your family isn't trying to pester you or be mean and make you think that you are better than that. But get out, use your resources, use your tools, have an escape plan ready, because this is what happens. And things like him are able to destroy our lives. So thanks for listening to my rant, letting me finally put this out there to the world. And peace and love to everybody. I'll talk to you later.